let's go to Tom Brady era as well, starting for the Raiders. Have you seen the rules? This guy just doesn't have to work, and then he gets paid $370 million, and then he calls games, and he owns a team.
Pretty good gig.
And there's a lot of people that are maybe whining about it. So he can't go to any of the meetings that take up all the time that are the actual work. Okay, doesn't have to travel to the facility to do, once again, time to travel to do.
Pretty sweet deal.
But he gets to still call the games. Like, he's not allowed to do any of these things. Now, granted, his inside sources and information is obviously going to be lesser than other commentators. But he also, on the side, he gets to own a team. And teams have been yodeling forever. Going to be a great financial investment. And also, he's back on a team. The only human, and D-Butts and I talked about this during the break, the only human in the history of the NFL that deserves it and has earned it, Tom Brady. Congratulations.
Hell yeah, Tom.
Congratulations, Tom. You've earned it. He's an owner of a team. He's getting paid more than anybody else to do commentary, and he doesn't have to, not allowed to do any of the shit, basically, to be a commentator. He's going to miss out on information. I agree. But what are your thoughts on Tom Brady getting ownership? I think it's great for former players to get into ownership. I'm very pumped for him. He's going to be a bazillionaire in no time if he isn't already with all of his investments. And then for commentating, how do you think this affects him, if at all?
Yeah, I mean, from my understanding, he's been operating under these protocols already the entire season. So it's not like this is brand new this week. All of a sudden, he's not going to be doing this. From my understanding, he's been operating under this protocol. So I also have the question of how strict are these? Who's following them? Because, as you know, the production meetings and those meetings the day before the game where you get information from coaches and players and everything, those are a big part of the broadcast and what they talk about. And I have to imagine that even if he's not in those meetings, in the meetings that they have after those meetings, the topics are discussed and the things are talked about because it's crucial to the game. And Kevin's going to be talking about it on the broadcast, and they're going to be bringing those things up. So I would be curious how closely. And then not being allowed to criticize game officials and other clubs, that's the other one that's like, all right, what does that mean? Like, if he questions a roughing the passer call in the game, does that questioning the officials? Or if he says, like, that was a bad call to go for it on fourth down, is that criticizing another club? Where is that line? I don't know.
Yeah, conduct detrimental to the team was used against me a few times for tweets, So to criticize the game or, officials or other clubs, they can kind of throw that around, I think, however they want if he's calling a play. What if he does just smart-ass answers? That was a great
where's
call.
The anti-tampering
That was a great call. Yeah.
What happens, though? Does he get fined? Does he get fined if he says that? Like, what's the punishment? I don't get it.
Where are these rules? They take away a ring.
These creators.
And who enforces the rules?
Roger. We know that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so the anti-tampering policy, like, he's famous for having some lunches with some of the quarterbacks coming out for the draft. I mean, we've heard about the stuff he's talked to CJ about, Drake May, some of these other guys. That, in my opinion, you could look at that and say, well, hang on. That's him talking to potential draft picks. That's him talking to other teams' quarterbacks. When free agency comes up, is that playing a role? Because he's already talking to those guys. How strict are we taking these things? Because can a guy not have friends?
Yeah, and can a guy not mentor? The greatest of all time. Don't we want that for our league?
Mm-hmm. Only the Raiders QB now.
Yeah, I guess only Aiden O'Connell, who we saw earlier. He's stuck in the pocket.
Yeah,
he's
unbelievable.
TJ Watt's crashing Dahn
Yeah.
and just absolutely throwing a seed.
Dahn.
That was without Devontae. We saw that earlier. I don't know if you saw that. 3 talking points from week 6 of the NFL season, AJ. First one was TJ Watt is MVP worthy. Let's look at a play. This is the first one he showed. And O'Connell throws an absolute
Bowers snag.
the point
he was getting that ball out quick, man. He was doing a good job.
Exactly. Well, that was AQ's thing. AQ was like, he didn't get any stats here. Actually, the Raiders have a massive play, and TJ is still affecting the game completely, which is why he's saying he's MVP worthy, which you obviously have experienced before. Is it best player? Is it most valuable person? That might happen at the end of the year with TJ, is what you were saying.
100%.
Now, you also showcased at Aiden O'Connell, kind of a dog.
Kind of love O'Connell.
Kind of a dog out there.